Hello everyone, welcome to David Inspiration Talk. Today I'll be tackling a topic on rejection. What's rejection? I'll be taking you through on I need you to get to understand what's rejection, how you can obtain rejection, and how you can solve rejection. So at first, I need us first of all to understand what is rejection. Rejection is a force of refusal towards your feelings. And how do you get rejection? You can get rejection through various forms. First, you can get rejection from birth. You can get rejection from romantic relationship. And you can also get rejection through forced refusal. So I want first of all to explain how people get rejection from birth. And it's very important. I thought this is very important. At least I tackle this thing because I understand there are so many people who have been going through this, and some of them it's very hard. At least I mean to get someone you can talk to. At least you yourself, you don't know what you've been going through, but at least when I talk this thing out, I think I'll be helping someone outside there. Rejection through birth come in various forms and develops in various forms. You know, by the time you think of silencing a child, I want to talk to a parent outside there, or young couples who are starting their life marriages, or you are trying to settle yourself up. It's very important to get prepared. It's not in order sometimes to get things from the blues. You're supposed to have a plan of anything you are doing in life, and you're supposed to know that everything you do in life counts. So by the time you're thinking of silencing a child, you first of all really need to have thought about it, really need to have plan about it, and so that at least by the time you get to that state, at least things will be okay. But to other forms, these things happen unexpectedly. Sorry, because there are sometimes when you get impregnant out of maybe rape, out of maybe someone that maybe you get pregnancy and then you break up with someone, and then that things really hurts you so much. Maybe you get pregnancy and from someone who was really mistreating you. Maybe you get pregnancy and maybe your parent get or discourage you about it and think otherwise about that. But it's very important to try and at least solve that as early enough, because when you pass that towards your child, then you are creating something which is not in order. Because as fast when you try, you start feeling that force of refusal since day one. When you go when you're pregnant, or when you go to that state, then you're passing rejection to that child. So it's very important that by the time you're thinking, or you're thinking to settle yourself up in life, or you're thinking to have a family, you'll have really thought about it, plan about it, arrange yourself in the right manner, and with that you'll develop uh, something, at least something that also will make you happy. So as I tackle, or as I talk about child birth rejection, this is something that is very serious. It has happened to most of us, and it's very important at least you understand this, because some of the rejection that you're seeing might have happened from your mom or from your father. you know Even the father, by the time your mom was pregnant, maybe sometimes you find that your father was against your mom, and most of the time he was discouraging your mom. Most of the time he was creating forced an opposite force towards your mom. You get that might be a starting point of your rejection, and this, without knowing, comes out to be something broad. It might be sounding something very simple, but in long life or in future, it appear to be something different. So it's very important, and it's very wise, at least you try and be handling things by the time you're starting your families, because if you get rejected from there, that automatically, that one will transfer that rejection in your life. What do I mean by this? Rejection from birth. You might be finding yourself every place you go, every friendship you make, every relationship you make, you just find you encounter differences, you can encounter difficulties, you're not realizing what's wrong. You encounter forces in your workplace, you encounter forces in the organization that you form, and most of the you always find yourself in a point whereby you can not explain by yourself. And that's what I mean by rejection. And you really need to meet up with yourself, try to think where this rejection is coming from. The other thing that creates rejection is through romantic relationships. You might be loving someone so much, and you get string attached, and like your heart is 100% in that person, but that in a way that by the time you break that relationship, or maybe when you have a breakup, it will really affect you. And most of the time you find that a situation whereby, like, everyone is against you. So through this, you can also create a rejection. You can also create rejections through false assumption. Most of the people think that, there are those people always try to put themselves, like, they want to put them in themselves in a private life. I want to live my life that I don't want to involve people. There was a reason as to why God created people. And there is a reason as to why God allowed friendships, and there is a reason as to why God allowed families. But when you try to create yourself in your own corner, then you are trying to create a rejection towards yourself, and that's something that will come to have a very bad repercussion in future. So try to see yourself up. Try to see yourself where you got your rejection from, and at least from this you'll be able to handle, or you'll be able to be in a position, at least you'll be able to handle yourself. How can you handle rejection? First of all, try to realize yourself, where is my rejection coming from? And then from there, when you realize, if it's, be it from birth, be it from relationship, be it from self refusal, when you get that, then from that time you can be able to at least solve it in a way that at least you'll help yourself out. You realize yourself, try to solve this thing out, and with that, try to create a courage out of, and I mean in you, that at least will make use of this. I hope as I make this one, I please remember to subscribe, share, comment, and like. I hope you find this video informative. I'll be back with more amazing videos.